Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel, straight from Spirit Chair every Sunday. Thank you for being here. For those of you who are new, thank you for stopping by. For those of you who have been loyal subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And it has been a pleasure to be here, to be supporting people who are on very special divine paths. And if you are new to this channel, you may just think about subscribing. I don't believe in any mistakes, so if you have been led here, chances are there are messages that are meant for you. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm a divine channeler, a medium, a spirit extractor specialist, and I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path to reunion. And it has been an incredible journey for me. Lots of twists, lots of turns. My particular journey, I would call it the magical mystery tour for myself, being a divine alchemist, a divine magician, and a twin flame. And it's had its share of pain, it's had its share of terrifying moments, it's had its share of exhilarating moments, erotic moments, enlightening moments. I mean, the magical mystery tour. It has been absolutely crazy. I've learned so much, I've grown so much. You know, it's not easy being on a divine path. It can get very lonely at times. You have to go through so much of your psychology, so many things that you're purging and clearing from the past. Lots of habits and false identities that have really been ingrained. And you have to really just face yourself, especially, you know, being a twin flame. When you're a twin flame and you have a mirror partner, when that energy comes together, it literally sifts up and brings up all these things that no longer serve us. And it's really getting us to step into our best version, step into our divine alignment, remember who we actually are versus who we thought we were. And, you know, it's not easy. There's a lot of obstacles there, times where we felt like we couldn't go on, times where we felt like we just wanted to walk away from the pain and not have to deal with this anymore, times where we've gotten triggered by our beloveds when it was really about us and not really about them, and they brought up things once again and we felt like, I'm going to shut you out. I'm kind of describing the whole journey here in a very short time. And you want to walk away and just not deal with this anymore, only to find the signs and synchronicities in your face, loud and clear, saying, hey, you're on this. You signed up for this. This is not a torture chamber. This is for you to grow as a soul. This is what you have wanted, to achieve your self-mastery and to help a planet which is seriously hurting. And you and many waves, thousands of others on this path are working together collectively to make this world a better place. The end. Yes, so if you can relate to what I've just described in a very short time, then the longer version, by the way, I do have a very serious, direct, and informative video, how to recognize if you are a twin flame. I do have this video up on the channel, and I do think it's one that's really, really important. Twin flame recognition is the name of the video. But it's a hard path, and it's one, though, like I said, you know, it's worth it, okay, to be able to work together collectively and lift the planet and make this world a better place. That is why we are here. We're here to remember, and we're here to be of service, but not without enjoying our life, not without living a life that satisfies. We are deserving of that. The energies have been so intense since the 8/8 portal, the Lionsgate portal. And let me tell you, I've been getting a lot of ascension symptoms. It's been rough the last few days. And so if I seem to be a little tired or whatever it is, I do apologize, but I still felt it was really important to share with you guys. And all throughout these videos, you know, you'll kind of see energy levels kind of rise and fall like this, because I'm going through these very same you know, raises of frequencies with you, these closures and portal energies, upgrades and things. So I asked Archangel Michael what was going to be in the highest good to share for this week's video. I had something actually planned, believe it or not. A lot of these videos, I don't plan anything. And, you know, I'll just ask and say, hey, what's in the highest good for the collective? I did have something that I was planning to do, and it was a video about twin flames doing the work. I know there's videos out there like that, but I wanted to talk about the work, ways in which we can recognize what's coming up, hints, some methods that I use, etc. But I didn't want to assume anything, so I checked in, and Archangel Michael felt like this was a lot more urgent, and it was talking about the Lion's Gate and twin flame manifested unions, and how they're being impacted by this very special, very strong portal this year. So I have the messages here. I will be reading what he wanted me to address. They're not that long, but they're straight to the point, as Michael always is. One of my main guides, and he is an angel that does not mess around. Okay, he's as direct as you can get. He does not sugarcoat. He's been so helpful in all the reading sessions that I've been doing with clients. A lot of times he'll step in and clarify, and he will leave no room for doubt. He'll make sure you get it. Love Michael for that. Very strong, very militant. And he has really been instrumental with me keeping the faith and staying committed to a very challenging path, which is very important. So I'm going to be reading these, and if anything does not resonate, then that's fine, no problem. But if it does resonate with you, then these messages are especially for you. I do recommend that if you like it or save it, it's a great idea, because sometimes we have to listen to things a couple of times before we can really integrate it. And there might be pieces of information here for you to go deeper with. So I'll just leave that, at your discretion. I'm going to be reading these, and if I feel like there's anything that's relevant to add to it as far as my own experiences, I will. But I believe I just want to kind of just read these messages first. So here it goes. Beloveds, I am Archangel Michael, Prince of the Heavenly Hosts, and I would like to address the Twin Flame Beloved Collective on planet Earth at this time. There has been much that has been taking place at a very high cosmic level in preparation for the anchoring of the higher 5D energies that are to change the frequencies of planet Earth, raising her back into the eternal love of the Mother. I am here to explain that the Lion's Gateway Sovereign Portal, aligning with the star system Sirius, has opened up many high-level light encodings within those who are divine beloveds, especially impacting those of the masculine collective. The Lion's Gateway is a special one in the year 2019 because of this particular portal's impact on divine unity in the consciousness. Many have been awaiting the unity consciousness for their beloveds and to witness their commitment to the living within the same physical space in order to embark on a life of love and service together. Now is that time. And I actually typed that in bold because that's how he wanted that. With the new union light codes of unified consciousness and the codes of remembrance that they have now been given, they will understand further the very destiny, that's the key word there, destiny, of the communion of the beloveds, and how this connection cannot be found outside of this supreme divine dynamic. I have to read that again because this is strongly emphasized. With the new union light codes of unified consciousness and the codes of remembrance they have now been given, they will understand further the very destiny of the communion of the beloveds and how this connection cannot be found outside of this supreme divine dynamic. Okay, it's very different from the former portals that we've had with the Lion's Gate. There's no going back. We have given your awakening beloveds the space and time to connect to the truth, which has been given through various synchronicities and inner callings. We have guided them to the truth of their beloved. However, many have made the free will choices to stray from the path and create what has been known as false timelines. These are no longer available. That is emphasized here as well. false timelines. These are no longer available. The conscious work of clearing the past and its limitations, fears, traumas, and distortions on all levels must be dealt with and can no longer be pushed away. Your beloved now feels the weight of their consequences and now understands the massive love that this connection can only bring as a partnership. The Lionsgate portal connects the energies of the cat and serves as a fiery opening to the feminine energies coupled with projected properties of the masculine. This balance is an alchemical encoding of divine marriage that will eradicate any and all fears that are still not being recognized or are being consciously ignored. I say to you, beloveds, they cannot and will not be ignored going into the 2020 Twin Flame reunions. I'll repeat that again. I say to you, beloveds, they cannot and will not be ignored going into the 2020 Twin Flame reunions. Expect any and all fear patterns and beliefs to come up abruptly and to know that these are for the preparation of the completion of alignment that's necessary for manifested union partnership. This is very true, I must say. And let me know if any of you have also been experiencing this too, where there was a time where you were like, okay, I can't deal with this right now. I can't deal with these fears or these habits or these patterns. I can't deal with this right now. Your beloved triggering something for you. It's almost like you could walk away for a little bit of time or choose not to deal with it right now. Guess what? It's not working anymore. When something's being triggered up by your beloved, you do have to face it immediately. That it's literally that close to you, whereas you cannot put it aside any longer. Any traumas for the past coming up, those emotions, memories, anything like that, you are literally being, I don't like using the word forced, but literally you're at that point of your journey where the frequencies have gone up so many levels. You've been upgraded so many times. You're at that upgraded stage where you cannot go back. You know, it's all about moving forward. Those things must be dealt with. And it's immediate. It's an immediate thing. And that's what's really important about this. So your beloved, obviously if you're watching this, chances are you are the awakened and you are still holding the space. I don't like using the word waiting because it's not about waiting and stopping life. But you're holding the space, whatever is in the highest good for you. Whether it's dating another partner, sometimes that is in the highest good, or with a soulmate. Sometimes it's not in the highest good to be with a partner. It's about just staying with your purpose and with your own self-growth and with your own betterment for yourself and just finding joys every day with your own living. You know, whatever calls to you, whatever is right for you, that's the answer. I don't think anyone can give you the answer whether or not to date or not to date or how to live your life. But if you're doing so and you know it feels right, then that's the right thing. But if you are watching this, you are the awakened one, please know that your beloved, they are getting all of those messages now. They have the remembrance codes, the union codes, and this is all in preparation for the manifested union partnership. Yes, it is meant to be a partnership. Okay, most have chosen that. I can't say all, but most, a great majority have chosen to have the actual romantic partnership also with this. Okay, and to bring that third energy. And your partner, whereas they have tried to come off the path, resist some of the things that you've triggered out of them, wanted to find a lesser connection with a third party, whether they were still working through karma or they just didn't want to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities of what they're being pushed towards, just the truth of themselves and the truth of you and your presence, whether spiritually, whether physically, both. They can't run from this. They cannot. Okay, this truth is here. The remembrance is here. The time of remembrance is here. So that's why, that is why. I think that it's good too that we went into that, because that's why the fears and the patterns and all the things, the traumas coming up right there, we can't get away from it, because it's now about our true remembrance. And moving forward with that, that's just where we are collectively. Okay, so, they're now here to pay attention. And so many of the masculine collective, they are realizing that this is destined, this is real. I can't find this type of feeling, this type of connection with anyone else, even though I may have thought it was easier to go with another partner. Maybe I thought I was doing myself a favor by not engaging in this or finding out more about this, or communicating with my beloved. They're realizing that the truth reigns, and this is a sovereign gateway. And if I had to name this Lion's Gateway, it's like truth reigns. And they can't escape the truth of who they are and what they came here for, especially at this point now going into 2020 and 2021. Okay, so they are listening up, they are embracing it, they're realizing that this is a lot bigger than them, and there's a lot of emotions and there's a lot of feelings about it. Okay, we have a lot of the masculines who are experiencing this connection, and they are they really are getting very emotional about it. Your beloved, Michael speaks about this. Your beloved will be speaking to you frequently through their thoughts and emotional patterns. You will understand their awareness and all they are working through easily. So you're feeling each other. We've talked about this, feeling each other much more easily, that merge so deep. And they will be conveying much of their sorrow through the releasing of the illusionary belief of separation. So they are also purging separation. And the fact that there is no separation between themselves and the beloved, but even goes beyond that, it's separation. So this is stepping into unity consciousness, unifying with themselves, unifying with Mother Goddess, Father God, unifying with their beloveds, of course, unifying with the world, unity, and how any thoughts of separation are in fact illusions. Okay, but they are conveying much of their sorrow with, the illusionary belief of separation from their beloveds. They will become aware of all the times they have traded in this divine gift for lesser connections and self-destructive behaviors. So turning the other way, going for the other things. And it's not for the awakened twin to place any blame or anything like that. No, that's not unconditional love in any way. It's understandable as to how overwhelming this connection is, how intense it is, and how, there are a lot of things about it that it's not fun to be able to feel the things that you do not care for about yourself, the traumas from the past that you really buried down and repressed, having to feel that again, understanding that you've put a lot of false masks onto the world, and having those removed, it's going to be a very vulnerable thing. There's a lot of things that are just so intense. So, it's understandable if one wants to run from this connection. But the point is, it's all about being one with your true self, your authentic soul, and one with the divine. And so in order to actually achieve that alignment, it's about facing yourself. And the twins are the mirror there. a direct mirror to reflect what's really there to heal right back to you. And when things are healed and you're in that good vibe, you're in that good alignment, you guys come together reflecting that, and that magnifies, whoo, baby. Now that's where you feel that third energy. Michael also goes on to saying that many of the masculines will be praying. They'll be down on their knees praying and asking for us. Many have been doing this already, he says, to clarify their path and to assist in the understanding of this unshakable desire to be reunified. Yes, many of the masculines are now accepting, there's that word again, destiny. That this is a destined path, and that they realize that they can't exert control over something like this. This is not something you can logically dissect or analyze. I get a lot of twin flames, especially those who are new, who come from a very logical and analytical standpoint. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Where it does go, where anything goes wrong, is when there are imbalances. You know, that's where the problem is. So if we can have the balance between the logic and the intuitive, that would be wonderful. Keep that as balanced as we can. Spirit and matter, keep that balance. The elements, keep that balance. It's for us to always work towards keeping things balanced. You don't want anything out of balance. That's always going to bring a chaotic energy. Okay? So I always go back to the actual symbol of the pentagram. And when I think about the pentagram, and it's a good symbol, okay, anything that's inverted can have the opposite meaning, in negative sense. But the pentagram upright is a symbol of earth. It's a symbol of all the elements plus spirit on top, and how it's always about spirit. Okay, it's always about divinity, but it's all the elements, all in balance, and that keeps everything aligned. We strive for that balance, okay? But always knowing that it's the divine that drives everything. Everything comes from the divine. Everything's born of the divine. Everything goes back to the divine. But balance. But the masculines, the masculine collective, they realize, well, this is unshakable. I keep having the longings and the yearnings towards the divine feminine. This is what's come to now. I've tried this. I've tried that. I've tried running. I've tried analyzing the connection. I tried logically dissecting it, trying to make sense of it. And they're realizing that that can't really be done. There's only so much research you can do on the twin flame path. It really is about experiencing the heart. It is a heart experience. It's the heart movement. It's about unconditional love. How can unconditional love be logically analyzed? How do you have someone else understand what you mean? They have to experience unconditional love too, and they feel that feeling in their heart. They go, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. You know, there's only so much information, but then you have to really take it all in stride and use your discernment. And it's about, well, what are you receiving? What are your personal experiences on this journey? What are your personal experiences with yourself and spirit? You know, how does your beloved make you feel? What do they bring out of you? You know, your personal experiences. But many of the masculines have tried lots of different things and realized that this is not something you can cut. It's not a cord cutting thing. It's not about trying to escape this. It's not about trying to indulge. And they've tried. Again, there's no judgment. But when there's something this intense you can't logically understand, which is the masculine's comfort zone, you know, running and indulging in self-destructive behaviors, or indulging in sex, indulging in false identities, in order to feel, however, you know, satisfied at the time, or feeling like you fit in, or feeling like that's some sort of success or achievement. But, whatever the case would be for that individual, they're realizing that it doesn't work. And that desire is still there, and there's still that longing there. There's still that void that's to be filled there. And they're looking at spirit, looking at the universe, God, Goddess, and go, okay, you know what? I'm listening up. I still feel my beloved very strongly, no matter what I do. Nothing else has fulfilled me. Where do I go from here, God? Goddess, universe, spirit, what do you want me to know now? I'm listening, I'm embracing this path. Obviously, there is something more to it than what I've gotten in the past. There's more to it than what I've allowed in. And I'm out of other options now. This love, this longing, this desire, this communication, it's still there. So what now, God? And this is where they're at. The marriage codes have already been opening within, Michael says, and will continue to become more aligned with their consciousness going into the end of the year. The frequency of the light is strong, and this has already assisted with your own awakening. Now it is time for your beloved counterpart to emerge. Yes. I recommend for all beloveds to work with the violet flame of transmutation and to purify all that is left in order to achieve inward alignment. Yes, the violet flame. I say it all the time. If you're new, please look into the violet flame. The violet flame is the Holy Spirit in action, purple fire, violet fire. It literally transforms negative vibrations into positive vibrations, turning all to gold, platinum. It works throughout all dimensions, all lifetimes. It's interdimensional. It accelerates your spiritual growth. It raises your vibration. I absolutely do recommend it for yourself. You can, and I encourage you to invoke this beautiful Holy Spirit light for your beloved as well, so for you both. Easiest way to invoke it is by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. There was Elizabeth Clare Prophet and Mark Prophet in the 70s. Elizabeth Clare Prophet did a lot of the preaching in churches and talked about the violet flame and taught the simple mantra, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that God desires. Visualizing the violet fire engulfing all of your full manifest throughout all time and space. Transforming all karma, all thoughts, negative emotions, all diseases, negative actions, which would be karma. Anything and everything that calls for transforming. And Michael also recommends that to intend on doing it from your light body vehicle. Your activated light body is going to have a greater impact because that's your interdimensional vehicle. And so many of your cosmic abilities, angelic abilities come from that light body. Just make sure you put that intent on returning that light body back and grounding yourself. But Michael definitely talks about, please understand that this will greatly assist with the purification process for yourself and your beloved. Understand that the alchemical marriage is meant to be a divine experience on earth within physical form. This is where we are going collectively. Don't give up. There are miracles that are around the bend with this. There are going to be many surprises that are going to be happening towards the end of this year into early next year. Please keep your faith. Your awakening beloved is turning to faith now because they know that that's the choice. That's the choice. That's what they're remembering. That's what they're feeling now. This is out of their hands in terms of something they can control or run away from. So they are looking upwards now for assistance, for clarity. They are looking inwards now because there's nowhere else to go. So they're dealing with themselves. You have gone through this, viewer. You know. It's their turn now. This has been the great plan Michael talks about all along, the revelation of Christ's love in the new earth. Thank you all for the bravery and the resilience you have all displayed. This has not been easy, and there's been much pain, but the painful stages have passed. You are all collectively headed into the physical stage of anchoring all that you have achieved within. Your beloved is being called home in a tremendous light-filled time, and we have been supplying all that has been needed while working with you to release all that has not been the truth of your sovereignty. We are also assisting with the manifestation of all that would be needed to engage in physical or manifested partnership and to live a life of joy and comfort. Divine intelligence has not forgotten a single detail and is unlimited in the support of all who bring heaven to earth. The union time is upon you. We are here to assist with all and will continue to. Be aware of all the various symptoms your physical forms are experiencing now, and know that these are due to the fact that you have been open to the codes of sovereign union and remembrance, and that these are greatly and swiftly detoxifying all of the bodies, spiritual and physical, which thoughts, emotions, and physical symptoms will be releasing. Take care to not force the body and to allow the past that has been left to make itself known to you, so you can consciously let go, forgive, and heal in order to achieve oneness. Thank you all, and may love reign upon Gaia as planned from the beginning. Michael, I am. Sovereignty is here, folks. Sovereignty is here. No turning back. Whatever is before you that still requires you to acknowledge it, work through it, release it. Those lower chakras, everything from the past that has affected your self-confidence, your self-worth, has distorted your points of view, connected to yourself and to the world. Any relationships that have distorted the sexual template, anything and everything that has kept you from standing within your power, within your authenticity. Those are the things now that cannot be ignored, and they will be making themselves very known to you. And it's time now to clear and to transmute and to become who you're meant to become. All is moving ahead greatly. The great Leo, the great King, the Leo King, the Lion, as well as the Lioness energy. So we really have that King and Queen factor here. And take good care of yourselves going through whatever is coming up. And if your physical bodies are getting very drained out, like mine have been, I had a really tough day yesterday. If you're getting drained out, if you're getting headaches, getting sinus pressure and pain, getting stomach queasiness, getting dizziness or vertigo, please take good care of yourself. Do what's necessary. Maybe some salt baths, maybe some frequency music. There are some good ones, and see if you resonate with that. Taking a nap, going to bed early, having some herbal teas. If you're working with a nutritionist, maybe checking in with them and see what they can suggest to maybe support your liver, or perhaps some minerals that would help to support you at this time. Some detox. Whatever's going to help you, and to realize that these symptoms will pass, and that although it's hard, it's a good thing because you're going to the next level of frequency. So I'm wishing you guys the very best, brightest of blessings. Remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. I'm here to assist you guys if you feel drawn. Paranormalpriestess.com. The contact form is the best way to contact me. Please send it to my email, and we can definitely set up a reading session if guided. I always check to see if you're a vibrational match, and if you are, I will let you know either way. And if you are, then you can purchase 30 minutes or an hour. I do recommend an hour if possible. 30 minutes is more of a check-in, or if you have an extraction case, a paranormal case, and I'm guided to do a consultation with you, more or less the 30 minutes will serve. But if you were able to do an hour, that would be great. We can go through what's coming up for your healing, what's going on behind closed doors with your beloved, see if there's any interferences, whether self-created ones or ones from the outside, and we will check in with all of that. Theparanormalpriestess.com. For those of you who have sent me inquiries with paranormal situations, thank you for your patience. I have a bunch of them lined up right now, so I still have to take a good look at them because of the portal and the symptoms I've been going through, and the fact that I want to remain safe, going through these openings, cosmic openings. Some of them I haven't gotten a chance to get to. I will get to them, so thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me from the spirit chair, and I'm wishing you guys the brightest of blessings. Take care. Much love to you. Happy Lionsgate portal union, physical union. It's here. It's supported. Believe. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.